Well, today on Nation Window Cleaners Podcast, we're talking all about what your customers see. So if you're a window cleaner or thinking about getting into window cleaning or heck, just want to hang out, stay tuned to WCR Nation. What's up, everybody? Jersey here from windowcleaner.com, and you are here. What's up? If it's your first time here, have a look around. As you know, there are years and years and years of content. 10 years of content. So go back, listen, watch anywhere podcasts are found, especially Spotify. That's kind of my digs, but go check it out. Follow and do all those cliche things. And if it's not your first time here and you're here again, well, what's up? Thanks for coming back. It's because of you guys that I get to continue to do this every single week for the rest of my life. So thank you so very much. But today I do want to talk about what your customers see, because I was talking with somebody the other day and we were talking about the image of the company, and we got all done with everything and they went, oh my gosh, I didn't even think that, right? They were almost kind of shocked at the difference between what a customer sees and what we think they see, because we build up our companies a certain way. And we want the customer to see us in a certain way, but we're focused on way different things than the customer. The customer does not care about the things that you're focused on. And I'll give you an exact example where you are going to see it and go, oh yeah, that makes sense. But I had a company here that when he started, he was really just I know everything kind of guy. And we had an event here where the mayor was at, and he brought his truck. It was all clean and special, polished up, and he brought it to show the mayor all of his equipment. And the mayor's like, oh, okay. And I just remember thinking, like, man, no one cares about that. Like, no one cares about what the equipment is. They like that it's new, they like that it's shiny, they like that it does what it does, but they don't care about that. You're showing them stuff you're proud of, but that's not what the customer cares about. And this is years and years and years ago, and it got me thinking kind of that we have different images. And you're probably proud of certain things of your business that you put out there, right? You've put out in the world, and you want to showcase and you want to explain, and man, we got waterfed's so amazing. Look at this shiny thing. This is brand new. But they don't care what it is or how much you paid for it or any of that. They care what it can do for them. And this absolutely comes back to every customer. The customer cares. This is not a selfish thing from them or anything, but they care about what you can do for them. And that is the only thing that they can care about. Because if I said, oh man, I fix Lamborghinis, I am the best Lamborghini fixer in all of the country. I mean, people come from all over. You'd be like, oh, that's cool. But you don't care because it's not you don't have a Lamborghini, most of you, right? So it doesn't actually do anything for you. It doesn't connect with you. It doesn't do any of that stuff. And you're like, oh, that's kind of cool, right? You can be like, oh, neat. But you leave, and then that's it, right? Maybe later you go, oh, I met a guy who fixes Lamborghinis. And I'm like, not really? Who is that? I don't remember his name. Like, I didn't translate because it didn't do anything for me. I have nothing I can get out of that. And that's the same thing in business. You know, I like to kind of throw Lamborghini out there and all those other things, but that's the big thing in business. Understand that a customer is going to judge you before they even see you, before they even hear you talk, before anything. As soon as they hear about you, or they see an ad or some marketing, or your truck pulls up, they will instantly make a decision and form an opinion about you. This is why when people say you don't get a second chance to form first opinion, the real reason is because as soon as you open your mouth and say something, instantly something comes to mind. Because as humans, we want to always have an understanding. This is why, like, when you see like a shape of a face on the moon, you're like, oh, it's the human face. No, our brains just want us to understand something as opposed to just like shadows and rocks, right? One of my largest contracts that I did, annual contracts, I've told this story a bunch, so I apologize for you who've heard it, but driving down the interstate, see this building that I've been calling on for probably 3 years at that time. Oh yeah, I should call again. And there was a bunch of trucks out. So as it's ringing, I'm like, oh, man, I was reading something on like washing trucks and some fleet washing, and started doing pressure washing for like houses. And I call up, I say, hey, I'm, calling, just following up on the windows as always and seeing if you could do that or fleet cleaning. And the guy that I've been talking to for 3 years, by the way, who's always been busy and always had somebody else, he goes, yeah, no, we're good on the windows, actually. Our janitorial company is still doing good. I appreciate the call, of course, but yeah, fleet cleaning. That's, yeah, I'd love to do that. We schedule a demo on that? I was like, yes. I had no equipment, no trucks, no nothing for this. And he goes, can you come Thursday? This was like the Friday before. Yeah, not a problem. So now I'm scrambling. I put the whole thing together, I buy a truck, I mount everything, have a company. I miss Thursday. I'm like, hey man, I'm so sorry I couldn't get out there Thursday. Could I come out Friday? He's like, yeah, no problem. I'm like, gosh, I just spent like tens of thousands of dollars setting this rig up in the hopes that I get this. And yeah, he's no problem. I pull up on Friday and he's out in the lot smoking, right? This is years ago, so I guess it was a little bit more common. He's smoking, talking to like one of the truck lot guys. And I pull up and I start setting up. He never even glances, never even looks. God, this sucks. I clean the truck, I get everything done. I watch YouTube videos, so I knew what I was doing, right? I'm confident, whatever. Super nice with the guy. All right, hey, thanks. He's like, yeah, awesome, man. I forget how he worded it to the guy or whatever. And he comes over, he goes, hey, cool. I said, yeah, hey man, I apologize. I know you kind of weren't looking over. Was there anything specific that you did want to see that I didn't? No, that's perfect. I'm like, oh, this guy is just blowing me off. I just wasted tens of thousands of dollars worth. This guy's wasting my time. And the guy goes, no, cool. You got it, man. Gig's yours. I said, what? Wow, that was super crazy. I said, I gotta be honest, man. You didn't even look over. Like, I figured you were just blowing me off. He goes, no, dude. I knew as soon as you pulled in the lot, I knew we were going to use you. My gear was all new. I didn't even think about this, but I showed up and all my gear looked brand new because I had never done a job before. Now, do I suggest you go out and buy tens of thousands of dollars in trucks and things in the hopes that you get a job? Because if that didn't work out, that would have been a really big scramble to try to pay off all of the stuff that I had. But that one experience taught me a ton of lessons, right? It taught me that the image has so much more than what anything else. Like, the guy didn't need to know what chemicals I used. He didn't need to know. He said you showed up and you had just a professional rig, man. You blew me away. I knew as soon as you pulled in the gate, I knew you were going to use you. What? The customer will judge you before you say anything. So now we go back to, okay, is our branding, shirts, is our trucks right? This is why I say don't roll around in a dumpster truck, right? Your truck should be absolutely spotless because guess what? No matter what you do in this industry, window cleaning, pressure washing, roof cleaning, blah, blah, we clean things. If you can't keep yourself clean, it's not translating, right? No, customers don't mind. I just got to run it through a car wash. But you didn't, right? If you show up to my house to clean and you're driving a dumpster that's disgusting, I'm not going to have you in my house cleaning because in my head, I'm like, you're not clean. You can't clean yourself. You're not going to clean this. That's where that realistic side comes from. They will judge you and make decisions before you say anything. And your truck, it's a rolling billboard. What's the first thing somebody sees from you? Almost always. Now, sometimes they'll run across marketing or something like that. But it's your vehicle. That's what most people see. You drive a billboard that is always in the best locations, right? You're always with other cars. You're always in the blah, 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 blah. How does that translate? An image, a feeling, an idea. I have guys multiple times a week. They're like, hey, I'm getting a truck wrap. I want to send you some pictures. So we absolutely do that. You can always do that. I would love to be a second set of eyes. But they send me this thing and it's just this weird, complicated something. It's like, dude, I can't. This is not working. You understand the billboard. If you put a billboard and you list a bunch of stuff, no one reads that. Ever. It has to be instant, fast. It has to be window cleaning from bumper to bumper. Window cleaning. And then your phone number, website. That's it. People go and they put filler text, call us today to have the most beautiful view on the... You're just filling words. What are you talking? Like, you're not telling anybody anything. When somebody reads something that's filler words, right? Like Butte, Montana's #1 rated window cleaner. We bring the sparkle back to you. No one reads that whole thing and goes, I got a great feeling. It's an ad. It puts it up in their head, this isn't real. They don't even translate it, brings nothing. So all you've done is waste valuable space to pull people, right? If you're watching this video, look behind me. Pick a sticker out. It's almost really hard to find a sticker instantly because now your brain is trying to look and there's so much information, it's hard to pick something out. You didn't know that before I asked. It didn't just come to you, right? When there's too much information, you lose any information. This is why when I put window cleaning bumper to bumper big letters, they're like, well, no, look at this one. And then half the truck's their logo. I don't care about your logo. What are you talking about? It takes a very long time for somebody to register that logo, and the truck ain't going to do it. You could put the logo on there, absolutely, so they know who you are. But the branding is more the thing. If you have the same blue background with a pattern, and that's on everything, that's what translates. Window cleaning stops people to look. Well, I do pressure washing. I know you do. What's your bread and butter? What's your number one thing? Do you do number one? 51% of the business is window cleaning? Then you put window cleaning on there. You upsell everything else. Well, yeah, but I do window cleaning, gutter cleaning, roof cleaning, facade, hardscape, concrete. Don't put all that. No one's reading this. Oh, they also do concrete cleaning. Then no one does that, right? So again, we don't need to care about what we want. We need to care about what the customer wants. And if I put out window cleaning, do you know how many times somebody's going, hey, do you guys do fill in the blank? Hey, yeah, when you guys are out cleaning the windows, do you also do... It's going to be in their head already to ask to find out to whatever. If they're on your website, they can see all the other services. But you have to do something instant. If I put window cleaning giant letters, even if the car's driving by me at 50, I can see what they're doing. I know what they're doing. It translates. Now I've connected. If they can't see and you didn't write anything down, but you just have awesome designs, that's the same as putting too much information. They actually don't get information from there. They can't form something. Now, when you pull up to their job, people go, ooh, but no one looks at that and goes, well, I'm very comfortable because the 7th thing on their list of items was something that I do. People get into a mindset that they think that they somehow can sell their services and give people all the information they need right on something, on the website, on an ad, on whatever. You're not. You're not translating a message or a feeling. You're just overwhelming them. And if you're overwhelming them, that doesn't really help your cause. It doesn't really help you dictate what a customer sees in you. And this is one of the things I really think people are lost. If you look for people who post logos, trucks, all that stuff, if you see people who post that, look at it. Go over it. Does it look awesome? I did a series one time, which was Rebrand, I think it was called. And it was just me looking at websites because so many times people just put stuff out there. They're really proud of it because they made it, but they just missed the mark. They missed the mark. And if you're not dictating it, or you're not capturing what they're seeing or the image or the thoughts, you're not actually doing it. I'm telling you right now, if you just put window cleaning from bumper to bumper on your truck, you will get more people. I'm talking 10x people than if you put window cleaning, pressure. You think you're talking to all those people. You're not. As soon as you have the second item, you lost all the people from the first one because now they're like, oh, this guy does this. It's weird, right? It's just weird. It's why when you get a guy, okay, I got a guy that paints, but I'm going to have him wash my house because he also does pressure washing. Do you think he's going to do a great job? In your head right now, you're like, well, no, he's a painter, right? That's exactly what you did. You did it to yourself in your own marketing because you forgot how you're actually talking to people. Crazy, right? Anyway, let me just take 2 seconds of if you're here, I'll have to shameless plug because eventually I will wear you down. And all you people are putting your own orders in or have not used me yet, you're going to use me, I swear, eventually. But I am a rep for windowcleaner.com. And the way I make money, like the way that I get here, like the way that you can give me a high five or tell me that I should keep doing content is by putting orders in. It costs you nothing extra. It's the same as if you went online and did it yourself. I just make it easier, faster, make sure you get your gift, your free shipping, any discounts. Plus, you got somebody. You got somebody in your back pocket. So call me or text me. I'm on the phone all the time, so text me is even better. 862-312-2026. By the way, if you call me or text me in the middle of the night or over the weekend, we obviously don't ship on Saturday night. Like, our shipping is when FedEx and UPS allow it. So if you text me, don't worry, man. You're locked in for any deals that are going on when you text me. If you text me 2 a.m, whatever deals are going on, locks you in. Even if I get back to you on Monday, don't worry about that. It also puts everything in for price match guarantees and all those other things. I'm your guy for that. So 862-312-2026. Of course, also, you haven't gotten the magazine yet. I don't know why. Maybe you forgot. So go right now to awcmag.com. Get a subscription. Join the other window cleaners who have absolutely elevating their business. And they're just sucking up everything they possibly can. The better businesses that I know get the magazine. And it's not because the magazine is that amazing. It's going to tell you all these things you've never known, which it may. But it's that they surround themselves with everything. They're always learning in the business. So $69 a year, get the magazine. It comes with the stickers. It comes with amazing articles, and it just wraps your brain in surrounding yourself in business. awcmag.com. Discount for Jobber down below. Best CRM on the planet. Also discount for print down below in the comments. Or just text me, and I can send those off to you, too. I get credit for those, actually. But anyway, saves you money. Okay. Shameless plug. Went long. Sorry. But I already told you the story of when I showed up and my equipment sold the job. And you went, oh yeah, that's because you don't know the shirt. But then when you look at the other side of it, a lot of times people have crappy equipment and they don't think that that somehow is going to translate. And I'll tell you, we had what we called the store. And that was at my shop. We had a second floor, and it was just all bins of hundreds and hundreds of different window cleaning things, you know, everything from replacement rubbers and all types to different tools and handles. And I wanted to try everything. And if I didn't like it, I just went there, and somebody else and all my staff would probably like it. But I also had shirts. Every size and every style we had. We had hoodies, we had polos, we had logoed tees. We had dye sublimated stuff for the pressure washing team. Everything. We had winter hats, ball caps, coats, like every season, right? So if somebody came in and their shirt was stained, or I didn't like it, or started to shrink, or it was just snag a new shirt. I always want to look crispy. I always want to look awesome. The same thing is with your equipment. Something that has changed in the past couple of years is now there's tons of colors and there's awesome things that are out there, but in certain colors of certain tools, they look crappier and cruddier quicker than anything else. Now, if you get a bright neon color to bucket on a belt, it's going to not look beautiful after a while. And if you're like, well, yeah, but it's equipment, but you look gross. So understand that if you're buying something, say a bucket on a belt that's not black, you're going to want to change those out more. Well, yeah, it's perfectly fine. I'm just wasting money. No, you're not. You understand you're creating an image, you're creating a feeling, you're creating a branding by everything. I told you about getting a new truck, a new pressure washer. The burner was still shiny, which if you know anything about those, you know, it does not look that way. Reels do not look nice after you use them. I mean, but we clean our equipment. We go through and spray everything down all the time. We degrease everything. We would clean our trucks. You know, when we did our trucks, we would use water fed, actually, a lot of times. But we'd hose our trucks down every time that they come back from plowing. We would wash them down. When it wasn't plowing, we would clean our trucks 2 times a week. We clean them on Wednesdays, we clean them on Fridays. Always. Always. What's so weird about that and other people is that they are letting things go a lot longer. They're looking at the outside image, but not the image of their tech. What do you look like? Is your hair combed or done? Or is your equipment new and nice? And like, obviously brass channels are going to look like brass channels after a while. If you're waiting until stuff breaks or you need something, that's a problem. Now, take it with a grain of salt. I sell window cleaning equipment, right? That's what I do now. I am not trying to sell you an equipment that you think you don't need, but I'm just trying to get you to understand that how you show up looks a certain way. And I had somebody tell me this, is that I don't buy new equipment because I want to look like I know what I'm doing. So you show up with just gross stuff and you think that translates. People are like, well, this guy knows what he's doing because he doesn't care about his appearance. Understand that is not what they're thinking. It's not what they're thinking. They're thinking like, this guy just doesn't care about his equipment. He doesn't care about his stuff. I'm absolutely on that side that you say more without saying anything. It's been proven 1,000 times to me in business, 1,000 times. And yet you still see people out there who, you've seen it, right? They open up the back of their Honda Civic and there's like stuff packed in and they're like, no, it's good. My customers actually liked it. No, they don't. They think it's quirky or quaint. They're trying to be nice, but no one likes that you're unprofessional. No one likes that you look like this is a part-time job. No one likes the fact that you show up half-hearted in anything and everything you do. No one likes that. You are not selling people. You are not giving them a warm and fuzzy feeling. None of that. None of that. Now, I understand the fact that new equipment, new trucks, full wraps, perfect clothes, I understand that costs money. But I also understand that a lot of people who don't invest in that don't understand that investment pays themselves back. The fastest return on investment you could possibly have is a good vehicle wrap. Fastest on the planet. I could have a vehicle new wrap, beautiful, perfectly done. I could have that paid off by the end of the week. 1,000%. This is not me just making stuff up. Yeah, it's true. You know they want like $5,000? I don't have $5,000 to spend. You didn't spend it. You've just set it aside to make it back. And then guess what? Every week for the rest of your life until you have to replace that wrap is going to be the same. If your wrap is faded and looks crappy and you're not happy and it's chipped, but yet it's really expensive to get a new one, you've missed the boat. You've not understood what's going on. The equipment, the appearance, everything tells people what they need to know about you. You do not look, when you show up with this brand new, awesome looking equipment, oh, this guy's new. Really? You think somebody would think that? If you hire a plumber or a electrician or anything, and they come up and they have all the state-of-the-art equipment, brand new 2027 truck, decked out to the nines, you're like, so this guy's new. This guy's not gonna. No, you're like, dang, okay. Right? When you see a fleet of vehicles that are all the same type of vehicle, all the same age, and they're all wrapped exactly the same, you're like, dang, these guys that's the big company right there. You think that, but yet, in the back end, you think the customers think something else. It's shocking. I mean, as much as like towels and scrubbers, guys will run scrubbers until they're absolutely disgusting because they still work. And they're going, well, yeah, that's fine. They're going to get dirty anyway. Yeah, they are, but you understand the image that you're showing. It's very shocking. This is why we charge $120 an hour. All of this stuff does cost money. It absolutely does, but real companies reinvest in that. They do. The biggest companies that I know a guy, $5 million a year this year. Everything he has, everything is to the T. It's all wrapped. It's all logoed. The surface cleaners have wraps on them. It's insane. But he is the brand. It's insanely awesome. But that's why he hit what he did. You've been doing this for how long? And you're doing $100,000 a year and you're like, man, I just don't know. Look at everything else. What are the pieces you don't know? What are your customers thinking? Right? If you get a good feeling on something, it'll be sold before you even open your mouth. Right? If you look cheap, you look lazy. If you look dirty or used or experienced, you look like you're not investing in your company. That's what you really look like, right? Build a brand that makes people feel comfortable. Build a brand that tells people everything they need to know before anything else is done. This is those jobs when you're driving, right? And every now and then you get, I hope you're getting them. You may not be, but every now and then you get something and you see somebody or somebody calls and you say the quintessential thing, which you should be saying to everybody's, how'd you hear of us? I need to track all that, right? But how'd you hear of us? Last question. Oh, actually, I was driving down 77 and I saw your trucks. Dang. If you're getting comments like that, or somebody down the street, you're walking, you're doing your job, right? Somebody walks up, excuse me, do you have a card? They want more information to go research you, but whatever you did or done looks like something that they want. You've already told them something you didn't even know they were looking at you. Imagine all of the people that you have in a daily case basis. What, you know the word. Whatever. Daily. How many people are looking at you and thinking something you don't even know they're looking at you? That's why we always put the big logo on our back. People are like, what's on the back? Like you're talking to people. No, it's the people who are walking by when you're cleaning, right? On my route guys, it's always going to be on the back. Build a brand that says something. If you are in a window cleaning world and you see another window cleaning company and their trucks are beautiful, they got brand new ladders and brand new gear and everything seems to have a place in their truck. They look so good. The truck is sparkling clean. You see the guys come out and they got clean clothes, awesome. Each guy on the crews look the exact same. Their gear looks crispy. You're like, dang, these dudes. Dude, these are the guys to go after, right? Like, I wish I could be like them. You've thought of it. You've already had the idea in you. You've seen these guys online that post they're really proud of their fleets and their techs and everything else. And you look at it and you're like, dang, all right. Dude, these guys are killing it, man. Nice work, dude. And then you got these guys that ask. If you ever want to see, by the way, if another window cleaner is impressed, sure, the guys will be like, dude, nice. That's just, a comment. But if they're like, hey, how do you like this? Or what do you do? They're seeing themselves in you. They're like, yeah, this dude's got it, man. This is what I want. If that is the case, and you put that out there and you have felt a certain way by looking at another window cleaner, how does a customer or potential customer or somebody who's never even known there was window cleaners in their area think about it when they see you? There's so much more said by what a window cleaner image or puts out there to that person than you ever. They've already thought something before you said anything. If I walk up to you for the first time ever, you've never known me, met me, whatever. I walk up, I'm like, what's up, you punk? You'd be like, oh, okay. You walk away like, ugh, what is that guy? You didn't know me. I didn't do anything, but you got an impression about me, right? If I walk up and I reek like cigarettes or you smell alcohol on my breath, maybe I went and partied last night and it's still on me in the morning, but you smell it and you're like, dude, this guy's a drunk. He doesn't. What is that? You've created an image and a thought and everything, not based on facts, but you've already thought that, right? Now we go back on the other side and go, okay, well, in the window cleaning world, my customer wants to know my guarantees. Eventually. But that's not start. You're like, hey, do you guys clean windows? You're like, yeah, we're fully insured. They're like, oh, gosh, okay. Didn't even ask that. They're not thinking about that. Those are closing. Those are unique selling points. You got to get to that point. It's like dating somebody. And in the first meal you're eating and they're like, hey, so do you want to have kids? And you're like, whoa, come on. I'm not I mean, maybe, I guess. But then you're like, well, they came out way too fast, right? You have to get to that point. But the image has already created a decision from somebody. Even if that decision is like, oh man, these guys look legit, let me look up their website, is to do more work, to do more research, to find out more info. Maybe that's it. But if I see somebody cleaning and you're like, show up in a tank top that's all stained and ripped, I'm like, hey, and I need a window cleaner. I'm like, that's not the guy. I've thought everything because I just saw him. It's just, what was my image? What was my whatever? He got back into his Caprice Classic with his, Lowe's bag full of tools. I'm like, maybe he's new and getting things together. Yeah, it's not, maybe when he cares and he's got shirts and now all of a sudden, all of my thoughts and everything that I've said that you probably thought in your head, nah, this guy's full of crap. Now all of a sudden you're thinking that too. You're like, yeah. I mean, he's got to care a little bit, right? The customer thinks that. You're a window cleaner and you know what goes into what we do. But now you think that, right? So anyway, your customers should see something that makes them feel a certain way before you even ever open your mouth. It's what makes people call you. It makes people refer you, fall in love with you later, right? Focus on that, but focus on what they need to see, not what you think they need to see. No one wants to see all of your stuff and run, well, this actually is a 40/40 membrane. It's Axion. Axion is actually... You are impressed with that. I'm impressed with that. I want you to have the best equipment inside internals and what it does. You want to have the best equipment inside and internals, but the other people want to know what it does for them. Right? It all comes full circle. Anyway, shameless plug number 2. Please, let me put your orders in, please. I have to buy things. Do that. 862-312-2026 is my number. If you're still here, which, by the way, my favorite part of the show. If you're still here and you're on Spotify, or any platform, or even you go into Pro Window Cleaning and just post this word, I want you to put the word Blockbuster, because if you're looking at where I'm sitting, I'm in my home studio, which is the old studio, and there's a Blockbuster sticker above my head. So put in Blockbuster. That's it. Just comment that. You could totally put anything else, but make sure to put Blockbuster. Then I know you've listened this far, and I know you're one of the awesome people, and I love it because people are like, hey, what's the deal with Blockbuster? It's great. Anyway, go do that. Also, get a subscription to the magazine. That's where all the stickers come from, awcmag.com. CRM Jobber down below. Please use that link. It is literally the best CRM I've ever used on the earth. You're going to enjoy it too. Do a free demo, do a trial, 6 months, 20% off a month. It's huge. Go do that. It literally runs your company. Also, you need print. Everybody needs print. We talked about shirts. Go get some. Discount down below, 15% off. So go do all that. Anyway, I appreciate it. Thanks for being here. And until next week, hopefully you go out there and think about your image, but more importantly, you go out there and be epic.